Coach, speaking of the team, the guys you've had, the players you've had, who are some of the more memorable ones in this 100 wins at Memorial? But 120, how many was it?
128 total, 100 at McAllen Memorial.
Yeah. Who are the players that stick out to you?
Well, every team was special. I can remember telling the very first team we had here in 2003 was a special bunch of kids. They were very talented, probably one of the most talented teams we had. A lot of people don't believe that. We went 2-8 that year. Where those kids, they just been, they didn't really believe in themselves, and they had a little, they were a little disadvantaged. They wasn't very strong the way we wanted them for the kind of football that we played. We had to get that mentality changed, and so that, just that team. I always remember telling that team they're going to be the foundation of this program, and they were. Coach Hasso, one of my coaches on my staff now, played with Bradley Stevens. He's our offensive line coach, and I called him over. I'm gonna get a little emotional here. I called him over last night and said, "Remember what I told you? Y'all were going to be a foundation of this team, and here we are with 100 wins." And kind of to answer your question, Bradley was special. Matthew was special. Grancelli boys were special. There's so many of them along the line. Trevor was special. There's a bunch of them, and all those guys. The Stites boys were special that played for us. I can't even name all. I hate to do that because I'll always leave kids out, and I hate to leave kids out. So I'm just going to say this: every kid that comes through these doors is always special to our coaching staff, and they've made this program what it is.
And not only that, Coach, so many of them have gone on to play, college football. Yeah, a lot of them have. Several of them have gone on to play Division I football, but there's tons and tons of them who have gone on to, whether it's NAIA or Division II or even junior college. They've all gone on and they've all used football to to help their lives by getting an education, and I think that's something that you've really stressed since the time that you got there, that you can play football, but even better, you can use football to get where you want to go, and that's something that your program has definitely excelled at over the years.
Well, we tell our kids, we tell our administrators, and we tell our board members, and we tell our community that football is the best rich program that there is in the school district. Well, we're the last line of discipline for a lot of kids. We keep kids going. We're fathers, we're counselors, we're everything in the world to those kids, tutors, everything in the world to them. And, we try to make better men out of them when they walk through these doors, and when they leave, we hope that we make better men out of them. That's what the whole purpose is of extracurricular activities. And, I believe that most kids that leave through here become better kids, and it's always a privilege. That's one of my big things. I always enjoy it all season so much. I enjoy watching little freshman kids grow into grown men by the time they leave here, and that's always very, very rewarding for what they turn into when they come back from college and come in these doors. It's always special to see what they made out of themselves. So it is special.
It definitely is. This is The Huddle on Fox Sports 1700 AM. I am Clay Williams of CBS 4.
I am Jake Berry with 956 Sports, and we've got Bill Littleton on the line.
Head coach, McAllen Memorial.
Yes, sir.
100th win at that school last night.
It has to feel good, Coach, though, that you can look and know that your son also, he's entered the, he's in the coaching profession as well, that he's one of the best up and coming defensive coordinators in the Valley.
Well, my son's got a passion for what he does. He has a lot of passion on the sideline. He has a lot of passion for kids. He loves kids. He's been around sports all his life, and so he's watched his dad, and he's been around good people, growing up, and good people that I worked for, and saw what they did for kids. So he has that knack. He understands kids. He loves kids, and that's a big thing about being in this profession. You got to love kids, and you got to love what you do. As long as you love kids and love what you've done, I don't think it's going to work every day. That's the reason I keep coming to work. It's not work to me.
Well, on behalf of 956 Sports, myself, I'm sure Clay, congratulations on this win. It's a major accomplishment, and it couldn't happen to a better person.
Well, I thank y'all. Appreciate y'all having me on this morning, and it's so good for our community, and so good for McAllen, and especially McAllen Memorial, and we're just so proud of our kids, and we just hope we can keep it going.
Yeah, and Coach, you finally get to play at home next week, right?
Yeah, we've been road warriors. We get to change uniform next week. I don't know whether I want to change uniforms or not.
And as you always tell me, the name of the stadium is is Memorial is in there.
That's right. Memorial's in there. We got a little Columbia blue on the scoreboard now too. I don't know where y'all noticed that.
I saw that.
That made me smile too.
Oh, and the United Mix logo.
Yeah, they got a little Columbia blue on that United Mix field. I kind of like that.
Well, hey, Coach, thank you for being on with us this morning. I know the celebration must have been nice last night.
It was real nice. I don't know. I think I still got a smile froze on my face this morning. I had smiled many times taking pictures last night, but it was fun. It was fun taking pictures of kids and the parents, and it was just a special occasion, and it was special for everybody. But we got to put that behind and get ready for those Greyhounds now. We can't dwell on that too much. We got to get ready for the Greyhounds.
Thanks, Coach. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
Well, I appreciate y'all having it. We'll see you next week.
All right. Sounds good. Coach Bill Littleton.
Yeah, just a great guy. And if people don't know, he was one of the first to give me a shot at this media thing.
Is that right?
He gave me a press pass to the Dave Campbell's Texas football, the games at the beginning of the year.
Right.
McAllen Memorial was playing Victoria.
Back when they used to have the Texas Football Classic, they would hold it at a neutral site.
Yeah, usually it was the
Alamo Dome for a while, yeah, and they would bring in teams from all over the state, and they would have these first games that they would have like doubleheaders. It was almost like, the state championships, except it was at the very beginning of the year, and the Dave Campbell Texas Football Magazine put it on. I can remember McAllen Memorial was in that.
And they won that game, and that was with Bradley Stevens, Mitchell Bunger, I think David DeLeon was a linebacker, or he's a tight end.
Do you remember who they played?
Victoria Memorial.
Oh, okay.
Before they
split.
split.